Hello, welcome to the BiG Scuba Show. Hello and welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. Welcome to Annex Services up on the A1 just north of Newcastle. My name's Ian. I am your dive master for this podcast episode. I'm in the car and with me is...
Hello, this is Gemma and I'm the other co-host and we are on our way to sea houses.
We are. So we're up here for a whole weekend diving, hopefully having some fun with some seals and catching up with some friends and fellow divers alike.
Exactly. So welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. It's going to be a bit of a roving report over the next few days of our adventures diving, talking to other people and heading to another dive site on Monday.
Yeah, so the plan is that we stop at sea houses tonight, and then we've got 2 dives tomorrow on the Farne Islands.
And again Saturday and again Sunday.
Yeah, eat, sleep, repeat all weekend, and then Sunday night we motor on up to, if you look on the map, to Loch, which is just north of Glasgow.
Yeah, so that's on the west side of Scotland. So we cross the border into Scotland Sunday and spend Monday at Loch.
Yeah, we dived it last year. It's the site you can look up. I think there's some information on
fin strokes,
isn't there?
2 piers.
Yeah, we need to always give thanks to our lovely sponsors at 90 who help make these little trips possible. And if you're wondering who they are, look at their website, narc90.com. And also we should say hello to Ross McLaren, who first gives the idea of the Loch Long. So so hello to Ross.
Ross McLaren has featured on the podcast previously and talked about his underwater photography, which is absolutely amazing. So he's very passionate about the Scottish loch diving. Yeah,
and this is a saltwater lake, a saltwater loch, and so in there we see. Well, last year we saw lots of mussels. We saw crabs. Did we see lobsters last time?
Don't think so, but then we saw an amazing scallop.
Yes, a scallop swimming, which is awesome to see. They're an amazing thing.
Yeah, so we're hoping for a similar dive.
I hope so. And it's free as well, which is really cool. So you can literally park up on the side of the road and get your gear together and jump in.
Yeah, amazing scenery surrounding the loch as well.
And I don't think you have to be particularly worry too much on the tide diving there either, because the tide doesn't go out that far, so the piers do have enough water to actually dive around it.
Yeah, and I think last year did the tide go out as we dived?
The tide was coming in when we dived.
So it'll be interesting. I think we should be seeing a high tide when we're there in the morning.
So looking forward to that and seeing what critters that we see scurrying around. So we've got our cameras and lights set up. They're all ready to go. We'll be diving the full face mask, I think, as far as I'm concerned, on that. Gemma might be in your semi-dry.
I've brought it, so I might do the dives over the weekend in the semi-dry, the O3 semi-dry. But I've got my O3 dry suit just in case. But the weather is looking really good, actually. It's calm and not windy. So all the ticks are there.
Last time when we was up here about 5 weeks ago now, water temperature up here was about 12 degrees. And it probably might be a little bit warmer.
Possibly.
Not by much. It's probably, if anything, it'll probably be more likely the same. But chances are it'll be nice when we get out, which is quite nice.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated with our adventures.
Yeah.
And we'll give you little updates.
We've had a fairly decent run up, haven't we?
Yeah, very good. It's been quite problem free. No major works, no whole decent.
If you're wondering where the Farne Islands are, have a look on the map and look towards the east coast. Look at Newcastle, find Alnwick where they filmed a lot of the Harry Potter stuff. Look at Alnwick and go past that, and you'll see a little tiny village right on the east coast called Sea Houses. and great holiday destination for divers and non-divers and twitchers, and especially school holidays. It's usually very busy with campers and people with tents.
There's a lot of pleasure craft or boats that you can go out, and they take you around the islands.
We've got a paddleboard here, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got our sea lion paddleboard, so hopefully we'll be having that out on the Loch.
Yeah.
And have a little paddle and get some footage. And you've got the drone, so we'll hopefully make it an all-round experience.
Should do.
YouTube and podcast.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's probably about it for now, isn't it? We're going to finish our journey to Sea Houses and get all our stuff in and get ready for tomorrow.
Just a quick hello to Polly, who's organised this trip for Crystal Seas Scuba. And if you've listened to this, make sure you listen to the previous episode when we spoke to Agnes from Santi Diving, talking about their fabulous dry suits and undergarments and all the work that goes involved to making great products with the Santi brand. So have a listen to that. It's really good. It's been really popular as well.
It has, and we also give you a little bit of an update on how our summer's been, because we've not been actively recording because we've had quite a lot on over the summer. So a few trips.
Been diving.
Well, we've been
diving. Under the water.
Yeah, we've been to Lundy, we've been to Swanage Pier, so we've certainly filled our July, August.
And September's already looking busy. We've got some great people lined up. I did mention a few names on the last one, so have a listen to that one. You'll get a bit of a heads up. But since that one, we've already spoke to some other people.
We have.
I'm not going to say who at the moment, but they are known people, so which is really cool.
Link in nicely with some of our previous guests.
We'll release more details a bit nearer the time.
Yeah, so that's good. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. So tune in, and maybe the next update on this will be actually on the boat.
Yeah, we'll take you along with us on our
right.
journey.
That'll do for now. Let's get to Sea Houses.
Yep.
We are now recording. I think. Yeah, we are.
This is called the Mara Moor.
Gotta hold that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are. This is day 2 of our
dive adventure in the Farne Islands.
Let's just start again. That's good. Hello and welcome back. We are on day 2 of our trip to the Farne Islands.
Yeah, diving trip. So we're doing 3 days in the Farne Islands, 2 dives per day.
Yeah, and we are currently on our way to our next dive site. So this might be a little bit windy.
Yep. So, a weather update.
You know us, we like our roving reports.
And the weather report, the skies are blue, sea is relatively calm. We're just going through big tides at the moment, so we're on a really low tide, just running through around the islands, and you can actually see the kelp.
Yeah, today's Saturday, the 2nd of September.
2nd of September, yeah, you lose all track of days when you're on a dive.
But yeah, 2nd of September, so if you look at the tides of today, we've got some really big tides all this weekend.
Yeah, 5 metres plus, isn't it?
It's been quite interesting actually, here, watching the effect on the water. The skipper here has been telling us about the effect on the buoys, what things that they're looking out for when they're choosing dive sites for us.
Yeah, so the dive site we've just done.
Well, we can see the red and white striped lighthouse. We're just going past that with that on our right hand side as we're now heading back. We're sort of at the top end of the Farne Islands. We're now heading back, sort of towards the mainland, but we're not heading home just yet. We're just looking for our next dive site.
Yeah. So the skipper obviously just has to assess which dive site is going to be best based on the currents. The last one had 2 currents running, didn't it?
Should we go and ask Skip what dive sites we've done?
I think it was Somali wreck.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that he said that.
That was.
Yeah.
Yesterday we did the.
We were going to do Gun Rock. Yeah.
And we did. What else? The other ones.
We were going to do Blue Caps, but that again, the tide and currents weren't. So you have to just go with the skipper's recommendation. We're just running
a race with the
another dive boat. So we parked on Sea Houses Harbour today, and we've never seen it so busy with divers, have we?
That's really busy.
Absolutely
really busy.
Rammed with, so luckily we were the first boat out, tanks were on board, so we headed out to the first dive site, and while we were there another boat came and dropped probably, I don't know, good 15, 16 divers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really busy. So.
Stream close up.
Yeah, so definitely recommend the Farne Islands for diving, all levels of divers.
Yeah.
Conditions on the dive yesterday were really good, weren't they? Visibility wasn't too bad. First dive was really clear, second dive not so, but obviously there's high tides are big at the moment, and the last one we did, that was not overly great visibility.
No,
was
that's
it?
right, yeah, pretty stirred up.
Yeah.
So, a bit of an exceptional weekend. These weekends only happen, twice a year because of how close the moon is.
Yeah.
So the moon has dragged a serious amount of water this way all around the UK, actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Tomorrow's dive adventures are a bit in the balance because the whole harbour's going to empty of water tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's going to be so low tomorrow. So big high and then a really low tide.
So we won't be able to get back.
So we're not sure whether we'll be able to get back. So it's going to be a big question mark about what time we actually dive and how many dives if we do get out.
Yeah.
Or if we do get out, we're going to be sitting about waiting for a while
till we
before
fill
the
up
harbour
with some.
can fill up. So.
But there you go. That's diving, and that's sea diving. So, but yeah, we've seen plenty of seals. We've got seals in front of us now, all basking in the sun.
Yeah.
Can't have wished for better weather. Beautiful, hardly any wind, and about 20 degrees.
Yeah, lovely.
And we're still in our semi-dries.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Haven't felt cold at all. So it's very successful so far.
Yeah, and been having some nice dives in our Neptune 3 full face mask, which has been nice.
Yeah,
it's been good.
They've worked really well.
Yeah, it's been nice. Right, okay, I think that'll do for now, and we'll add to this a bit later on.
Yep. So thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Bye. So welcome back. This is Sunday, and this is day 3 of our diving at the Farnes, and a little diary input from our dive so far today. We just had a really nice dive on Loch 11.
Yes, so that consisted of a wall, apparently a wreck, and some kelp, seals. It was a really pretty dive, wasn't it?
Yeah. Really nice dive, and not particularly that deep, was it? It was
no,
about
I think 4 or 5 metres.
Something like that.
But lovely, all relaxed, no current really, and we just drifted, kept to the instructions the skipper had given us.
Yeah.
And had a really inquisitive seal at the end. So, and that was really good. So that made the dive just a really, really even better one.
Oh, could have wanted for better weather this whole weekend, really.
Yeah, it was probably about 23 degrees
Yeah,
today.
yeah. We dived in the Neptune 3 full face mask.
Yeah, Ocean Reef.
And I think we're now getting lined up for our second dive of today, and also potentially our last dive of the day, really, this weekend at the Farnes.
Yeah.
From here we go from diving here to Loch tonight, where we'll be doing the saltwater loch up there.
Yeah, Loch Long, and we'll be doing the 2 piers site tonight.
Yeah.
So again, quite an easy dive, 6 metres tops, depending on the tide.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But hoping to see as much life as we did last year. So
But as we look around where we are at the minute, absolutely fantastic landscapes, and we've got cormorants up there. We've seen puffins earlier this weekend. Gemma said really seals with some lobster. We even got a butterfly going around. There we go.
Red Admiral, it's about to land on you. So it's been really plenty of life underwater.
The water's lovely clear as well.
Yeah, and the temperature's been really consistent. We've
about
used
14. Oh, there's some seals. Look, there's some seals. There's some pups.
Yeah, we've used our.
They're not very old, are they?
No, look at those, lively. So we've used our semi-dries as well. Been perfect. Not felt cold once. So,
it's been perfect for that, for semi-dries. Perfect conditions. So it's just taking it all in, and just pan the camera around, I think, while we've got a chance, just to show you where we are. Have a look at that. You can even hear the seals.
Yeah, little baby ones.
We are back with you to finish off this episode, this roving reporter episode that we started back, a week ago now.
Just over a week ago.
When we left Bungay.
Yeah.
And we were on our way to the Farne Islands for our second trip of the year to the Farne Islands. And we've been, as you know, editing and dropping this in while we've been on the boat and enjoying some of the dives at the Farne Islands. But to finish this off, we've actually come to Blakeney. We're not at the point. We are
in the pit.
The tides are kind of wrong for us to go to the point today, so we're kind of just off the river, so we can nicely get back. We've got our sea line paddleboards, haven't we?
Yep. So we've had a picnic, and we're just gonna have a bit of a chill in the sun and a paddle.
We've got our buoyancy aids.
All prepared.
We've got means of communication.
Waterproof phone cases. Yeah. And we've checked the tides and we've checked the weather.
Yeah. So we're literally just off the river. So once the tide comes in, we'll make our way back and safely make our way back to the car.
Yeah. And in between this and the Farne Islands, we went to Scotland, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Missed that one out. So
yes.
So we did a trip to Loch where we went last year, and did the Two Piers dive site.
Yeah, and not a particularly deep dive, is it? It's about 5 or 6 meters around that. And the viz was really murky.
It was
this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we
weren't as clear this time.
No, we saw starfish, crab, possibly a scallop, but not alive.
No, well,
could have been sleepy.
I don't know. It had the little that looked like either something was eating it or something was coming out of it. I'm not really quite sure. There's like all these little arms and things. I don't really know my scallops. I do like them on the plate with a bit of garlic.
Garlic butter.
It's quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for you vegetarians, but there we go.
But yeah, it wasn't like as good as last year, was it? The dive.
No, it wasn't. And the water temperature was about the same as it was in the sea, wasn't it?
Yeah,
funny enough.
We thought it was a bit cold to start with.
I think that's because we've been in the sun.
Yeah, it was a lovely day. Scenery was amazing. And we got out on a paddleboard.
Yeah.
So that was a successful trip.
Yeah, been for a swim here actually, and it's been really quite nice. Really, it's not too bad. The sea is coming in as we sit and do this recording, and it's slowly making its way. And we had a really interesting chat last night, and that'll be coming out in a few weeks' time with Mallory Hass. Now, you might know Mallory Hass if you've been watching
Ross Kemp's
Shipwreck Hunters, and because she's been on the first series and the second series with that.
Yeah, and Mallory is she's director of the Ships Project and very much into underwater archaeology.
She is, and telling us a really fascinating story about all these tyres that have been dumped. There's no other way for it, dumped. At the water's edge in the harbour, and there's like 1,000 tyres. And can you imagine 1,000 tyres? That's a big space.
Yeah, it's cool.
1,000 tyres. That's a lot.
Yeah, so it affects commercial, like the passenger liners going in, tugs. So,
and she talks about that, and she talks about a project with the Ships Project, and
just generally about diving and what's coming up, and then they're doing a big clean up on the 7th of October.
Yeah, 7th of October. One for your diary. We're thinking about going down to give them a hand. We like things like that. We like doing river cleans. We haven't done so much of the river cleans this year, have we?
No, that's just organisation really, but hopefully we'll get one done in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But we hope to go down to Plymouth on the 7th.
Yeah, hoping to. I think that would be really cool. It's a fair old drive for us. Plymouth's about, I think we said about 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it'd be a fair old hike, but I think that'd be really cool to go and do that. And if it helps get some tyres and some rubbish up, that'll be worth the trip.
So if you want to know more, look up shipsproject.org. is the website, and that will tell you more about the 1,000 tyre project as well. But yes, there are tyres in all sorts of harbours and ports.
Yeah.
And they are garbage, basically.
Yeah, and she also talks about ghost nets and fishing gear that's all been dumped and weighed down with tyres. You know, for people have obviously done that and hope that they it doesn't come back up or doesn't get seen.
Yeah,
it's unreal, really, that we still do that sort of thing today.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a really good podcast, and really looking forward to that coming out.
It's going to be a long one. We were talking to her for nearly, 2 hours?
Yeah.
In fact, ended up we're sitting in the dark.
Yeah, but it was all really interesting, and just good to hear.
Lots of stories, lots of really interesting stuff. If you're interested in, the full face diving, Mallory is one for. She uses a different brand to ours, which are signed off for commercial diving, but she's got some top tips on that, which was good, which we might try. And talking about full face diving, do you want to mention the news? We did kind of mention it before, but it's a bit more official now.
Yeah, this is more official. So we are brand ambassadors for Ocean Reef.
Which is really cool. Yeah. We're really pleased with that, and we ought to say thank you very much for their faith. We're looking forward to diving in them some more. We don't just jump in at it, and we're working our way, building our experience with them. It's a whole different way of diving.
Yeah, and while we were in the Farne Islands and the Scottish dive, we were full face mask.
Each dive. Yeah,
just purely to build up some experience, some hours, and just put them through the paces, really. And it was all very successful.
It's good. And say hello to everybody who was on the boat. Hello to Andrew and Toby
and Ron.
We do Ron.
It's Sovereign Diving, and you can look them up on Instagram, Farnes_Islands.
Yes.
And Andrew's very active and putting lots of pictures of dolphins at the moment that we missed. So,
I know. I can't believe we missed dolphins. I think Andrew needs to book them a bit earlier next time, so we don't. Because, he's obviously booked them for a bit too late for us, really.
Or he's a good luck charm and we need him on the boat when we're on the boat.
Yeah.
So, but it was amazing seeing his pictures. So, but the Farne Islands was, stunning weather this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, but Ocean Reef, we are.
Gemma was in wetsuit all the whole time this time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the only wetsuit diver on the boat, which makes a change.
So we used our O3 semi-dry.
Because everyone always looks at me like I'm kind of crazy and mad. You're in a wetsuit? Yes. It's the summer still, and it's lovely, and it's warm, and
I know, and
I can have a wee when I want.
That's what Mallory said.
Exactly.
But they were.
Who's another wetsuit diver?
Yeah.
In the British Isles. Look at that.
At 30 metres.
I know.
Yeah. So.
But why not?
But so if you are in a dry suit and you're UK diving, have a think about.
She does makes a lot. I have to say, and I'm not going to repeat it right now because you need to listen to the episode. But some of the things that Mallory said, I was like, yes, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really. Really a good podcast.
Yeah. I can't wait to share that. That's going to be a good one. We've got some really exciting guests lined up. I think we did mention before, with some people that we've got coming on, and that's going to be. It's exciting recording because we haven't recorded for a little while, have we?
That was our first.
Apart from the roving reporters.
Yeah, that was our first podcast recording in a couple of months, wasn't it? We've had a bit of a break because we've been on trips and. Just work's been busy. Summer's always busy. School holidays.
Yeah.
So we're back to it now. And
And if you're wondering what that noise is in the background, that's because that is now a little fishing boat that's going by. So to prove, we're not sitting in the back garden. We are actually by the water's edge.
Yeah, we're sitting on a sea lion paddleboard, and just going to get this done, put the drone up, and then get out on the paddleboards.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of it. We ought to say, as always, thanks to Narked at 90 for supporting us and make all these things possible.
Yeah, and just a quick shout out to Ilkeston and Kimberley Sub-Aqua.
Oh yes, we hope all that goes well.
Yeah, they're doing, is it Loch, Lake, something else, a Welsh lake.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're doing 3 types of inland water, I think we call it.
They are always doing something. If you're in the Midlands, look them up, because I tell you, they are a club that are really friendly. They are always doing. They've always been really welcoming to us ever since we got this off the ground, and they came on. We invited us to quizzes and all sorts.
And they've done a lot of good things. Like this is in aid of the BDMLR, the British Marine people that go out saving seals and any dolphins and
talking
whales.
Seals, well, you might even hear them in the background, because they're not that far away actually.
Yeah, and Ilkeston, they've also supported depth therapy while they were in existence as well, helping raise awareness and money for them as well. Very active club, always really friendly. We see them at the Go Diving show, don't we? And sometimes at Stony Cove. And it's always good. So hope it all goes well, and look them up and you'll see their adventures on their social media. Yeah,
absolutely. So is that it? I think we've kind of covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah, so just download us and follow us, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. That's always helpful.
I think it's time we go for a paddle. Come on. And we'll just prove that we are actually where we say where we are. And I think if we get this right, the actual camera that we've brought with us will actually catch us as well. So for you podcast listeners, we are, if you can imagine the scene, we are Norfolk. It's beautiful sands. It's a beautiful summer's day.
Temperature probably about 23, 24.
Yeah, and there's lots of boats. If you look on Google Maps, Google Blakeney Point and look back, just a little bit back from that, a little bit inland, and you'll see where all the boats are moored. And you'll see roughly where we are. Just to prove the sound. It's the lengths we go to for our lovely listeners.
Roving report, and it is.
Yeah. So that's it from us. Finishing off this roving report. I hope the quality's been okay all the way through. And what can you do stuck in the middle of the North Sea on a boat? Sometimes it is a little bit hit and miss.
Well, we just wanted to bring you all along with us.
We did. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to go for a swim, I think, while we can. And go for a paddle.
Yeah, so from Blakeney, up on the Norfolk coast, this is the BiG Scuba Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Signing off, and we'll speak to you on the next one.
Yep, absolutely. Today's episode is sponsored by Narked at 90, so let's find out a bit more about them. Narked at 90, their tagline has been beyond technical, which describes them pretty well. John Routley and Brent Hudson launched the company over 20 years ago. They are both technical divers who have logged thousands of mixed gas dives between them over a 30-year period. Using their engineering know-how and diving expertise, have developed bespoke, personal, commercial and military diving equipment and products of a universally recognised, unparalleled calibre.
Their ability to be adaptive and versatile with their developments led them to support the NHS during COVID. Using their superior knowledge of breathing and oxygen monitoring systems to help develop emergency ventilators. They also design and supply the sneaky stuff used by defence-based development groups throughout the Western world, although they can't tell us much about that. If you're thinking of moving across to tech diving or completely new to diving, Narked at 90 can advise and guide on the best equipment and setup for your personal or commercial requirements. Narked at 90 have unparalleled experience of shearwater dive computers and are the longest serving and sole and UK European service centre for those. They are happy to offer technical support, servicing, repairs and upgrades to all shearwater computers, past and present. Narked at 90 stock shearwater computers, but are also stockers and technical support centre for many other manufacturers, including Divesoft, JJCCR, Hollis, Revo and Kiss Rebreathers.
Based centrally in the UK, Narked at 90 also offer full rebreather head servicing for selected manufacturers.
Bespoke cable assemblies.
Advice on specific fitting requirements.
Suggestions and guidance for home builds.
Computer laser cutting and engraving.
Pressure testing to simulate 400-metre dives.
So, Narked at 90, a reputation built on supporting both manufacturers and divers worldwide.
Go to narkedat90.com and make sure you are following their social media to keep up to date with their latest news and offers.
Narked at 90, large enough to cope, small enough to care.
Now that does wrap up today's episode of the BiG Scuba Podcast. But if you want to hear more from the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button depending on what platform you are listening on. That way you will never miss an episode from us. But if you are listening on Apple Podcasts and did enjoy what you heard today, we would really appreciate it if you head to the show page to leave a 5-star rating and review. It really does help us. If you do, please take a screenshot of that review and send it to us on Instagram, and we'll give you a shout out to say a big thank you. If you have any questions for us or anything that has been mentioned in today's episode, be sure to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms or send us an email. The links are in the show notes. We will get back to you no matter what. If you have made it to this point in the episode, we both want to say a big thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.